I can welcome to the school of NBC and NSSP. Last Saturday we have a test. I was very happy. Many of you have done well. Okay. And many of you have misunderstood the question of the provincial architecture. Actually, I'm asking about the Indian architecture, which was there during the Delhi Sultanate. But most of you have went for the Delhi Sultanate, except some few, okay? Actually, I'm asking about the Indian architecture, which was there during the Delhi Sultanate. Question is too important. Read the question very carefully. You know so many things. You know so many things, right? But you wrote the other one. So you're going to get 0, say 20 marks, 20 marks. 20 marks in basic means no. The question is you have to read very carefully. If I ask you why, but if you ask you when, no. There are no one marks. So please read carefully. This is just the beginning. Many of us are very much lazy about to appear this means no descriptive. But no, this will give you a life. Alright, this will give you a life. So this is the time. We have another 6 months to go for our maths. Right? We have another 6 months to go for the maths, 3 months to go for the prelims. So anything is possible, very much possible. The English has never been introduced now. We will introduce the English very soon. Within these 2 months, we will introduce the English now. Alright, so you will try to go to the next step. Very much possible. Result is going to be out on Monday evening. Okay. Monday evening we will see the result of the NBC Mensa interview. After that, after 1 month, you will see the advertisement. So these 2 months, August, September, is going to be decided for you, every one of us. We have to study that 6 hours at home now. Now it is 6 hours. Okay, 6 hours at home. I'm happy. Many of you have done well. I'm very much happy. But these 6 hours will give you a job. Take example. By today, you just know 20. It's okay. You just know 20. Okay. Might be 5 in politics, 5 in history, 5 in science, 5 in Indian geography. It's okay. From today, you try to make that 20 marks another 2 months. Another 20 marks is possible. In which topic you will get? History, Nagaland. History, Nagaland. Okay, that's all. That's your best. Alright, let's do it. And just for basic, CSET, we will introduce the CSET in the month of September last week. CSET and all. So that you can get 3-4 marks. Training question, right? So in this 3-4 marks you will get. So that is how you are going to save in the prelims. That is how you are going to save in the prelims. And once you crack the prelims, from December till Feb, we will give you an intensive maths coaching again. Yes, intensive maths coaching again. So that there is nothing to study. You have to be the flank color, right? If you know history, you know Nagaland and Indian politics basic, and the current affairs, who will drop you? Who will drop you now? And some of you have done very good. Okay, reading skills are very good. So this is the time for you. Today I will start with the topic, the modern India. The modern India. The modern India. First, I will give you the syllabus. Okay. The whole 2 weeks I'm going to discuss the modern India. Please write the syllabus. Arrival of the British. Sorry, arrival of the Europeans. The first topic will be the arrival of Europeans. Arrivals of Europeans. Arrival of the Europeans. Arrival of the Europeans. The first topic is arrival of the Europeans. Second is Anglo-Indian War. The British is going to fight so many battles with the Indians, with the native Indians, right? So how much the Anglo-Indian battles? The British is going to fight so many wars with the Indians. Anglo-Indian Wars is the second topic. And third will be the role of Mahatma Gandhi and Subhash Chandra Bose in the national movement. Too important. Role of Mahatma Gandhi and Subhash Chandra Bose in the national freedom movement. You might get 20 marks, 30 marks here in the mains. Role of Mahatma Gandhi and Subhash Chandra Bose in the national struggle for freedom. And the fourth is the Indian National Congress. Indian National Congress. The fourth is going to be the Indian National Congress. Separately one day I will discuss Indian National Congress. Social religious movement. Revolutionary activities. Social religious movement, revolutionary activities. Land revenue settlement. Social religious movement, revolutionary activities, land revenue settlement, important works and commissions, important Governor General of India, important Governor General of India. Various tribals, peasants, civil uprising in India. Various tribal, peasants, and civil uprising in India. And last topic will be the revolt of 1857. The first war of Indian independence. The revolt of 1857. This will be the last topic. You might get an essay here, alright? Revolt of 1857, the first war of Indian independence. How many topics altogether? 11 topic. So we'll try to finish in 14 days. Okay. Every day just one topic. Modern India is very easy. Alright, modern India somehow we can relate to ourselves. Mahatma Gandhi, right? Subhash Chandra Bose, Jawaharlal Nehru, Tanobai Naruchi. So see, listen very carefully from the men's point of view. I will discuss the basic summary, the bullet points, and the conceptual topic. Alright, from one side I'm going to give you a bullet answer. On one side I'm going to come conceptually. Very critical questions. And this is how you crack the mains in the first attempt. This is how you're going to crack the mains in the first attempt. So today, the first topic will be the arrival of the Europeans. It was the Portuguese who arrived first in India in the modern period. And it was the Portuguese who lived the last during the modern period. Okay, Portuguese were the first to arrive in India during the modern period. And the Portuguese were also the last to leave India. This is too important. They lived in India only in the year 1961. They came to India in the year 1498, which I want to discuss. Okay, just a basic introduction. They came to India in the year 1498 and they were the last to leave around 1961. We will all discuss this today. The Dutch were the second to arrive in India. Dutch means the Netherlands, alright, the Europeans. And English, that means the UK, the British, the third. And fourth were the Thames, which means the Denmark. And last is the French. It was the French who arrived last in India in the modern period. And whether we like it or not, it was the English who survived in India, and the English is to rule over India till 1947. We got independence. Independence Day is coming, right? So we got independence in the year 1947. They all came as a businessman. Why they're here in India? Just as a businessman. But unfortunately, it was the British who have to rule India till 1947. Whether we like it or not, it is modern day is all about the study of the English with the Indians. The relationship between the Indians and the English. So all this we're going to discuss. Today I'll just give you a brief introduction about this man, how they came to India, for what reason. Remember, why should they came suddenly, right? Modern India. 18th century. Okay, the late 18th century is the beginning of the modern era. Okay, 18th century. From 18th century till 1947 is known as the modern period. And from 1947 till 1964 is known as the contemporary period, which is never going to be asked. It is still 1947. Our MBC syllabus is still 1947. So from the late 18th century till 1947 is going to be known as the modern India period. Modern India period now. So now see, it is like this. Till now we have discussed about the Marathas, right? Last day was all about the Marathas. After that, now the coming of the British. Remember, why suddenly Europeans? Why these 5 countries? For what reason? Suddenly, why should they come to India? There should be some reason, right? There should be some reason why should they come to India. Wealth of India. India is a rich country. For that reason, they have captured. See, the Muslims have come to India, right? For what reason? Because it is a rich country. It's a land of diamonds and golds and all, right? India is a land of diamonds and golds. That's the reason. That's the reason. That's the reason. Every European is coming to India. India is a rich country. Everybody knows that. For that reason, that was the one reason put forward by the scholar. Because of that reason, the Europeans have to come to India in a modern period. Secondly, the spices. You see, it's a huge demand, especially in Europe, right? Portugal, Denmark, see Netherlands, the European countries, in the European market, the spices are in high demand. Because of this special product, especially in the South India, they are searching for coming to India. And likely, they discover the ship. Discovery of ship, right? It was a European who have discovered the masters in the field of ship now. So by ship, they will come to the Indian Ocean. See? Yes. If you see the Indian map, they will never go from here, but they will come from here, the oceans. Yes, in the discovery of ships. let them discover all this area. We all know. Now every foreign countries, we all know this is the Western world. This is the Eastern, right? So we are living in the Eastern world. So because of the ship has been discovered in the western part of the world, now they will come to navigate here in the eastern part. In India, it's also part of the eastern hemisphere, eastern world. For that reason, they are coming through the ships, discovery of ship. For this reason, it was very easy, and for that reason, they are coming to India during this time. So now we will see what was the main reason behind it. Why have this European come to India? This is the reason. So now see, India is never going to welcome them very happily, right? Now they have to fight. So firstly, first topic for today will be the Portuguese. Alright. First topic for you today will be the Portuguese. 1498. The first European to come to India in the modern period is the Portuguese. A bullet form, please write down. Vasco da Gama. Vasco da Gama is the first Portuguese to come to India. Alright, first Portuguese man. On 17 May 1498, he landed the city of Calicut, present-day Kerala. He landed the city of Kerala. And the local king, it was the local king, Zamorin, who was ruling over this area. He happily accepted the arrival of Vasco da Gama. The story is like this. It was Vasco da Gama. Who first landed the city of Calicut. 17 May 1498. 17 May 1498. First man to land on. Alright. 17 May 1498. It was King Zamorin. Alright. It was King Zamorin who accepted him happily. So what have this man done? He has taken just one thing, the spices. He is coming from as a businessman, no? So he took these spices to his own country, Portugal. Very much happy. He sold a huge profit now. So now this is the first man. He just came as a wanderer, right? Vasco da Gama. You will come across this man. 17 May 1498. Important even for NSSP also. Who marks? The first Portuguese to land in the Indian soil is the Vasco da Gama in the city of Calicut. 17 May 1498. Who accepted him? King Zamorin. Happily, it was King Zamorin who accepted him. I will give you the headquarters and everything in detail. But remember, he came to India as a private man, right? But now officially, after hearing all this news, the Portuguese will try to go over India, some part of India, alright? So now, officially, the Portuguese is going to appoint a person who will trade in the South India and who will also roll over some part of South India. Alright, so now the first name is known as the Francisco de Almeida. Francisco de Almeida. 1505 till 1509. First Portuguese governor in India, appointed for 3 years. Please write down. First Portuguese governor of India or viceroy of India, same. He was appointed the year 505. Francisco de Almeida. Francisco de Almeida. The first Portuguese governor. Francisco de Almeida, the first Portuguese governor, appointed for a term of 3 years, or known as the viceroy. He is known as the first Portuguese governor or the viceroy appointed for a term of 3 years. Please write down. His vision was to make the Portuguese the master of the Indian Ocean. For that reason, he introduced the policy of blue water policy. Too important. His main objective was to make the Portuguese the master of the Indian Ocean. That's the reason he introduced the policy, blue water policy. Blue water policy means he will capture the entire Indian Ocean. His main job is to capture the Indian Ocean, okay? Because all the ships pass through the Indian Ocean. For that reason, he's the man who introduced the blue water policy. And what is this blue water policy? Portuguese wants to become the master of the Indian Ocean. They want to capture the Indian Ocean, so that every ship which is passing through will take their license, which will act as a revenue for them, right? For that reason, he is the man who introduced the blue water policy. In PC, UPC question, this is the IAS question. IAS question which was asked, alright. Cartazzi system. Another one more time. Another one more thing. It was Francisco de Almeida who introduced the Cartazzi system. Cartazzi system means it's a pass. It's a license. It's a pass. It's a trade license. It's like a trade license. Alright. Which you have to take from the Portuguese. Any ships which is passing through the Portuguese territories in India have to take the permissions to the Portuguese, which is known as a Cartazzi system. It's a pass, it's a license which you have to take. Which you have to take. The Portuguese have introduced the Cartazzi system. For what reason? It's a trade license you have to take from them if you are passing through the Portuguese territories in India. So the ship which is passing through the Portuguese territory in India have to take this trade license, or else you're going to be arrested. That means you have to pay some money. That shows that you are under control of them. So who has introduced this? It was Francisco de Almeida. It is like this. In the year 1508, Francisco de Almeida fought a battle known as the Battle of Joe in the year 1508. Right. And this battle was fought with the Muslim naval force. And this Muslim naval force consists of Gujarat Sultanate and Mamluk Egyptian fleet. These are the Muslims. Alright, we should fought this battle. Because when I say this word, it is all about the Delhi Sultanate. Yes or no? So see, unfortunately, his son was killed here. Lorin God was killed. His son Lorin God was killed in this battle of Joe 1508. But after some few months, he defeated them in the battle of Diu. Two important. The battle of Diu was also fought in the same year, 1508. In the battle of Joe 1508, he fought a war and his son was killed here. Lawrence God. But in the battle of Diu, he won over the war. Alright. So this is important. Muslim naval force. His son was killed by the Muslim naval force in the battle of Diu. And this Muslim naval force consists of Gujarat Sultanate. Right? The Sultanate and Egyptians fleet means the ships, you know. When I say Mamluks, see? Mamluk, Egyptian fleet means the ships. These are the men. The Muslim forces has killed his son in the battle of Joe. But in the battle of Diu, it was him who defeated them very badly. So he became the winner. So this is the first Portuguese governor appointed in India for a term of 3 years, from 1505 to 1509. Alright, 1509. The next Portuguese governor, Alfonso de Albuquerque. How do you pronounce this? Alfonso de Albuquerque. Albuquerque. He is the second Portuguese governor in the bracket. Please write down the real founder of the Portuguese rule in India. The real founder of the Portuguese rule in India, Alfonso de Albuquerque. The real founder of the Portuguese rule in India. He is the second Portuguese governor in India. Second Portuguese governor in India. Alright, Alfonso de Albuquerque. The second Portuguese governor in India. The second Portuguese governor in India. Okay, one best thing is that he abolished the sati system. One unique feature is that he abolished the sati system. Okay, the most unique feature about this governor is that he captured Diu and Goa. Diu was captured in the year 1509, Goa was captured in the year 1510 from Bijapur kingdom, Bijapur ruler, the Hindu ruler Yusuf Adil Shah. We all have studied the Bijapur kingdom, right? It was the Hindu king who was ruling over this area when he came to India. So he's the man who captured the city of Goa, and Diu was also captured by him. From the Yusuf Adil Shah, the Bijapur king, that means the Hindu king. So this is the unique feature about this king. And he's the real founder, and he's the man who abolished the sati system. He's the man who abolished the sati system, which was prevalent those days in those areas, which was under the Portuguese rule. Hinudha Kunha, the last Portuguese governor in India. Hinudha Kunha, the last Portuguese governor in India. Hinudha Kunha, the last Portuguese governor in India. And he's the man who transferred the capital city of the Portuguese from Cochin to Goa. Actually, the early capital city of the Portuguese city is Cochin, which I'm going to give you now. Right. The early capital, what was the initial capital city of the Portuguese? It is Cochin, but now it is Goa. Goa is the permanent headquarters. Till they live in India. Alright. Goa is the permanent headquarters. And it was who captured this city? Alfonso de Albuquerque. He's the man, right? You see. So this is the process, the history. The history. Goa became the capital city. The first headquarters of the Portuguese was established at Cochin. Okay, and that was also their first headquarters, their first capital. And second, the second headquarters they established at Cananora, which is also in present-day Kerala. Both Cochin and Cananora are in Kerala. And this is the first headquarters of the Portuguese. And it was established in the year 1503, Cochin. And the second, Cananora. Hooghly, Balasore, Cochin. These are the important Portuguese settlements in India. The Portuguese has settled in this area. Goa, Taman, Diu. Right. Now it's Goa, this Taman and Diu, Nadar Haveli. These days Union Territory, right? So these are the places where the Portuguese have settled. And they went back on the 1961. Right. These were all the areas captured by them. This is an island. Cochin is their first capital city. And after that, it was in the year 1530, their headquarters was transferred to Goa, permanent headquarters, the Portuguese. In this, you can ask a 5 marks question. What is the impact of Portuguese role in India? So please write down the impacts of Portuguese role in India. What was the impact? What was the impact of the Portuguese role in India? Okay. Impact of Portuguese role in India. Number one, the impact. What was the impact of the Portuguese role in India? The impact of the Portuguese role in India. Number one, Portuguese spread Christianity in India. Christianity is because of Portuguese. Portuguese spread Christianity in India. Portuguese spread Christianity in India. Next point. Portuguese brought printing press to India. Printing press. Now we can Xerox our copies, right? So these are the invasion of the Portuguese. It was the Portuguese who introduced the printing press in India. The printing press. Next point. Portuguese introduced several types of crops like Portuguese introduced several types of crops like number one, fruits, vegetables, which included fruits, and vegetables. This right, fruits and vegetables, which included number one, tobacco, potato, ladyfinger, pineapple, papaya, orange, groundnuts, cashew, orange, pineapple, papaya, chili, ladyfinger, potato, tobacco. Okay, these are the things, okay. See, we're enjoying all this. It's because of the Portuguese. We have to go back to the 14th, 15th century. It was the Portuguese. Tobacco, potato, right, ladyfinger, chili, see? We are all fond of chili. Pineapple, I like it. Papaya, orange, groundnuts, cashew. Oh, groundnuts and cashew is good. You can write some. You will never ask everything, but this is the invention of the Portuguese. This is the invention of the Portuguese in India. Now, why have the Portuguese declined? Suddenly, they roll over all this area, but what has happened? What has happened to these people? What has happened to these people? Number one, why the Portuguese decline in India? Number one, the Portuguese failed to evolve an efficient system of administration. The Portuguese failed to evolve an efficient system of administration. The Portuguese failed to evolve an efficient system of administration. The Portuguese failed to evolve an efficient system of administration. That is when there is no efficient administration, how can you last long? By force you can run only for a short period of time, right? 5-10 years you can run, but by force not possible. Second, they are forced religious conversion to Christianity. They are forced religious conversion to Christianity. Yes, again, the Portuguese came with a full hope. I will transform India into a Christianity. But India is 80% Hindus, so that was never possible. Their forced religious conversion to Christianity. Another reason, another main cause is that this is one of the worst reason. The Portuguese came with a full hope to convert India into a Christianity. Not possible. Last point is the discovery of Brazil. The discovery of Brazil through the colonizing activities of the Portuguese to the west. Through the discovery of Brazil, through means I'm attracted towards Brazil, not towards India. Okay. The discovery of Brazil through the colonizing activities towards Portugal, not India. The discovery of Brazil through colonizing agency. The discovery of Brazil through the colonizing activities of the Portuguese to the west. That means when I discover Portuguese, I feel like Portuguese is much better than. When I discover Brazil, the Portuguese feel like I better concentrate my activities in Brazil, Europe, instead of coming here. Right, it's a far off land. So that's the reason. The discovery of Brazil through the colonizing activities of the Portuguese to the west. That's all. That is the Portuguese for you. 1 mark is sure, right? I is also in basic project also means also. And this is because of what the Portuguese are because they're the first, right? They're the minors. They're the first man here. Alright, first man. Next is the Dutch. Dutch means the Netherlands. Okay, Dutch means the Netherlands. Okay, they were the second European to come to India during the modern period, and they have a company known as the Dutch East India Company, which was formed in the year 1602. And see, the Dutch has established their first headquarters in India at a place called Masulipatam, presently under British. And second headquarters was established at Pitapuli. Pitapuli is also in under British, which was established in the year 1606. Too important from the MBC point of view. MBC will go for a second. Very clever, alright? MBC is going to go for a second. Masulipatam, first, 1605. Pitapuli, second, 1606. Both are under British. Masulipatam is the first headquarters of the Dutch. Second, Pitapuli. Pitapuli is also present under British. Pitapuli is also present under British. Both are located under British. Dutch East India Company. And the Dutch East India Company was formed in the year 1605. 1602. The Dutch East India Company was formed in the year 1602. 1602. 1602. The Dutch East India Company was formed in the year 1602. Okay, please write down. The credit for making Indian textile, the primary export from India goes to the Dutch. The credit for making Indian textiles. The credit for making Indian textiles, the primary export from India goes to the Dutch. Goes to the Dutch. Indian textile. Why is Indian textile is blooming, right? Handloom and handicraft, it is blooming. It is all because of the Dutch. It was the Dutch who introduced the Indian textile for Indians. The credit for making Indian textile, the primary export. Primary means the one of the most major export of the world, right? Indian textile industry is because of the Dutch. It was the Dutch who introduced Indian textile industry. Now we are see the industry is blooming, right? Handloom and handicraft because of the Dutch. This right now. The Dutch traded in silk, cotton, indigo, rice, and opium. The Dutch traded. That means they do business in India with which product? The Dutch traded in silk, cotton, indigo, rice, and opium. The Dutch traded in silk, cotton, indigo, rice, and opium. The Dutch traded in silk, cotton, indigo, rice, and opium. So see, tobacco, opium, it is all because of this reason. See, in India, this is a lot of trucks, right? Opium, because of the Dutch, and they are here for this reason. They want to trade in this purpose. So why they came to India? For what reason? For business, right? As a businessman. So now we will see the settlement of the Dutch in India. Please write down. These are the major Portuguese settlement in India. But their main headquarters is Pulicat and Masulipatam. Okay, Masulipatam. Okay, remember this. Puligat is their first capital. Okay, 1610. But they have transferred to Nakapatam in the year 1690. Among all this, they will have one capital, right? So the capital is Pulicat. And the capital city was established in the year 1610-18. It is located in the border of Tamil Nadu and Andhra Pradesh. Whereas Nakapatinam is in Tamil Nadu. Nakapatinam is completely in Tamil Nadu. It is completely in Tamil Nadu. Nakapatinam is completely Tamil Nadu. Pulicat is represented Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu borders, located in two states. And Pulicat is the first capital city of the Dutch, which was established in the year 1610. And they have transferred it to Nakapatinam, Tamil Nadu in the year 1690. 1690. Jinsura. Ahmedabad, Surat, Broch, Agra, Patna, Mahid, these are all their headquarters. You cannot memorize everything, right? You have to know Pulicat, Nakapatinam, Masulipatam, and Pitapuli. Okay. The head of the Dutch factories, were called factors. The head of the Dutch factories were called factors. The head of the Dutch factories were called factors. The head of the Dutch factories were called factors. That means the businessmen they're talking about, right? And the Dutch model of trade was based on the Gardel or the cooperative system. Gardel or the cooperative system. That means the joint venture. Joint venture might be half is control of the government, the half is with the private man. Joint venture. And the Dutch model of trade, was based on the Gardel or the cooperative system. Gardel is what? The cooperative system, which means a joint venture. Business is carried out half by the government, half by the private sector. Just like you and me, no? Yes or no? So this is Gardel or cooperative system. So that's all. I think we're going to have to go. That's for again. Unfortunately, it was the English who defeated the Dutch in the Battle of Bitara, 1759. Okay, why Dutch no more? Suddenly why they went back? Because it was the Englishmen, the richest, the most strongest. The sun never sets in the English territory. The sun rises from the English territory. Those days, 16th, 17th century. Everything under the control of the British. There is no country in the world, right? Which was not under the control of the Englishmen. Englishmen. It was the Dutch who was defeated by the English in the Battle of Bitara, 1759. No more Dutch. That's the end of this journey. Okay, actually, you see, this is a very famous story. Ambon cases. Ambon is a very important place in present day Indonesia, right? Actually, it was the Dutch, right? The Netherlands. They are the men who killed 10 Englishmen in this area. And this way is known as the cases related to the Ambon case, 1653. These cases happened in 1653. Dutch official, the Dutch government servant executed English traders in Ambon. 1653. 10 Englishmen were killed. Ambon is in Indonesia. Unfortunately, they just killed 10 Englishmen. So now the case is known as Ambon case. And Ambon is the present day Indonesia. And it was the Dutch who killed 10 Englishmen in these important cities. So they became very much rival. Now the Englishmen also decided that we will kill this man. So in the last battle of Bitara, it was the Englishmen who defeated this man. This is the end of the journey of the Dutch in India. The Battle of Bitara, 1759. 1759. English are the third man. English I will keep for tomorrow, right? Because our history is English, right? English I will discuss the whole week. But now, for timing, I'll move to the fourth. Second, Dutch third is English, fourth is the Dan. Dan means the Denmark, right? The Denmark. Please write down. The Dutch, the Danes or the Denmark were the fourth European to come to India in the modern period. Danish East India Company. The Danish East India Company. The Danish East India Company. East India Company. The Danish East India Company was formed in the year 1660. Alright, the Danish East India Company was formed in the year 1660. And we all know they have just two headquarters in India. One is in Srinagar, which is the present day West Bengal, and Trangovar, which is the present day Tamil Nadu. And this Danish, the Denmark East India Company was formed in the year 1616. They don't have much activities in India. Actually, their main reason in India is for missionary. For missionary, not for business, not to control the people. This is the only European in India in the modern period who is for missionary. The Danes are known for better missionaries, not for business, not to fight. Okay, so this write down. These are the men who is responsible for introducing missionaries. Srinagar. If you go to Srinagar in West Bengal, it's a land of missionaries. It's a land of holy place. All right. You want to study there? Possible theology, you can study there. I have seen there, right? I have been a product of this from West Bengal. So Srinagar is in West Bengal for theologians and all. We'll take a short break. And lastly, we will discuss the French East India Company. The last topic of it.
Even that writing, I'm able to just point arrows. Right now, yesterday I was practicing writing. My college. I was saying, one never to look up for very high marks. I've been here for 16 years. one side.
First bila kasi tumulong siya, bila nakasuka lang siya na i-jump ko ba
Okay. The last topic for you today will be the last man is the French, right? The French are the last European to come to India in the modern period. So they have also set up the Compagnie known as the Compagnie des Indes Orientalistes. The name of the French Compagnie in India is known as the Compagnie des Indes Orientalistes, which was formed in the year 1664. 1st September 1664. On 1st September 1664, the Compagnie des Indes Orientalistes, which means the French East India Company, was formed. Alright, and here comes the French East India Company was formed on 1st September 1664. And the name is, the local name is known as Compagnie des Indes Orientalistes. And the first factory of the French was established in Surat in the year 1668 by Francis Guérin, the first French governor. Francis Guérin. It was Francis Guérin who established the French East India Company in the year 1668. Right. And which place? Surat. Present-day Gujarat. Surat city. 1668. 1668. The first French factory. Actually, Surat is their first headquarters, but their permanent headquarters is Pondicherry. Okay, Pondicherry. In this can ask this way. Where have the French headquarters? Pondicherry. And I know Pondicherry is the one of the union territories, right? These days. So they are the last. This is the place where they have captured. The permanent headquarters is at Pondicherry. But first is at Surat. Okay, we will first see where have they settled, the other areas. The other areas. First, you should know the headquarters at Surat and Pondicherry, the permanent, right? The Pondicherry is a permanent, and Masulipatam, Karigal, Kazim Bazar, Surat, Pondicherry, Masulipatam, Chandranagar, Mahi, Balasho. These are the settlement of the French in India. But the most important, the Surat, the first headquarters, and the permanent is Kanabida, Pondicherry. Pondicherry is too important. This yes. Pondicherry is the permanent headquarters of the French in India. Now, actually, in the year 1693, it was the Dutch, the Netherlands, who snatched away Pondicherry for a short period of time. The city of Pondicherry was captured by the Dutch in the year 1693. But by the Treaty of Ryswick, 1697, again, it was handed over to the French. This is too important. The Pondicherry, which is the permanent headquarters of the French, was snatched away by the Dutch. The Netherlands in the year 1693. But again, by the Treaty of Ryswick, 1697, it was again restored to the, it was again given to the French by the Treaty of Ryswick. 1697, 1697. Now we all know the Britishers have just one more rival, right? They have to defeat the French. So now three war rebellions is going to fight in India, which is known as the Anglo-French War. Anglo means the English. Now they have to first fight with the Europeans. After that, tomorrow I'm going to discuss about they have to fight with the Indian kings. Tomorrow is only the topic, but now they have to fight with the other foreigners, the rivals. So the first Anglo-French War, which occurred in the year 1746 and ended in the year 1748 by the Treaty of Aix-la-Chapelle. Please write down. The first Anglo-French War occurred in the year 1746 and ended in the year 1748 by the Treaty of Aix-la-Chapelle. 1748 is a French name, right? Treaty of Aix-la-Chapelle. Aix-la-Chapelle, 1748. So we will see the cause of the war. You should know the reason why the war happened. Too important. Basic reason. Remember, see history. You cannot memorize everything. All right. Know the cause. Know the reason why it's too important, and come to the conclusion by treaty. It is like this. English captured some French ships. For that reason, French took the revenge and they captured the city of Madras, which was under the control of the English. That was the immediate cause of the war. That's all. They're all businessmen, right? They're all businessmen. French ships were captured by the English. It was the English who started the war. There are men who captured some French ship. So in written relations, it was the French who captured the city of Madras, which was under the control of the English. For that reason, this war has occurred. And finally, no one emerges when it was a draw. The first English war was a draw, right? French war, it ended in a draw, 50-50. So by the Treaty of Aix-la-Chapelle, the war came to an end. 1748, the first Anglo-French war. So we will see the treaty. What is under the Treaty of this Aix-la-Chapelle? The causes of the war is English captured some French ships. Immediately, so for that reason, the French also captured the city of Madras, which was under the control of the English. That is the cause of the war. We will see what is the agreement. Under this treaty, this right, number one. Under this treaty, French got their territories in North America, and Madras was handed over to the English. Under this treaty, French got their territories in North America, and Madras was handed over to the English. The city of Madras was handed over to the English. And Madras was handed over to the English. Madras was handed over to the English. Madras was handed over to the English. That's all. That's all. So now, city of Madras again was given to the English, and French also got there are some territories under this agreement in North America because they're having a war, right? In that part of the country. So you get some territories in North America and give me the land of Madras. That's all. That is how the war came to an end. Because they are all here for businessmen. As a businessman. Capture. The Second Anglo-French occurred in the year 1749. Second Anglo-French War. Second Anglo-French War. The date is important, 1749. The Second Anglo-French War occurred in the year 1749. And it ended only in the year 1754 by the Treaty of Pondicherry. By the Treaty of Pondicherry. The Second Anglo War occurred in the year 1749. Occurred in the year 1749, and it was ended in the year 1754 by the Treaty of Pondicherry. That means the Treaty of Pondicherry was signed in the year 1754. It is something to do with the end of the Second Anglo-French War. Here in this war, it was the English who emerged victorious. Okay, now English is emerging as a victorious. England is going to it was the English who have won the war. So now we will see the reason. What caused the war? Right. The winner is the English now. But now we will see the causes of the war. Okay, the situation was created by this, see? Nazir Jung, Muzaffar Jung. There are two persons who wants to be the ruler of Hyderabad. That means the king of Hyderabad is passed away. We all know by this time in every Indian place there's a king. Yes, every Indian, it may be in Bengal, it may be in Gujarat, it may be in Ahmedabad, there is a king. So, what happened is that the king of Hyderabad passed away. And there are two persons who wants to be the king. Nazir Jung and Muzaffar Jung. Same thing in the Carnatic. Carnatic means some territories in South India. It may be Kerala, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, but Carnatic means today some part of South India. Alright. So see, in the Carnatic also there is two persons who wants to be the ruler, the king. Chand Sahib and Anwaruddin. Chand Sahib and Anwaruddin. Two persons who wants to be the ruler of Carnatic. And it was the French who supported Muzaffar Jung to be the ruler of Hyderabad, and they also supported Chand Sahib to be the ruler of the Carnatic. And we all know it was the English who support Nazir Jung and Anwaruddin to be the ruler of Carnatic. So this was the Second Anglo-French War. Please write down. It was the French who supported Muzaffar Jung and Chand Sahib. You see? Opposite side, right? The situation was created by a local issue. It's a local issue. It's a local issue. Muzaffar Jung was to be the king, okay, but unfortunately, it was Nazir Jung who opposed him, right? So Nazir Jung took the support of English. Muzaffar Jung took the support of the French, and Chand Sahib also got the support of the French. Anwaruddin got the support of the English, and this caused the Second Anglo-French War. And at the end of the day, it was the English who won the war. And by the Treaty of Pondicherry, the war came to an end. Please write down the Treaty of Pondicherry. There is nothing much to discuss there. Alright, just right now, it was the Treaty of Pondicherry who ended that ended the Second Anglo-French War. 1754, just remember the date. 1754. Alright, 1754, Treaty of Pondicherry. That's all, that's all. The Third Anglo-French War. There should be. It is like this. The war happened because of this reason. The Third Anglo-French War happened in the year 1759 and ended in the year 1763 by the Treaty of Paris. We will see the cause of the war. The exactly, I'm so sorry, 1758. Okay, please write down 1758. The Third Anglo-French War occurred in the year 1758 and it ended on the year 1763. The reason is like this. Saint David, Vizagaram. These are very important port cities in the South India. Saint David is in Tamil Nadu, Vizagaram is in Andhra Pradesh. And it was the French who tried to capture this city. This was under the control of the English. But French, they told the church, I will capture this city. Saint David and Vizagaram. And because of this, the war happened. And by the Treaty of Paris, the war came down and completely destroyed. French completely overthrown here now. It was the English. Second battle they have defeated, but not 100%. In this battle, almost they have destroyed everything. No more French. No more French. They were allowed to settle a small base in Pondicherry, Mahi. Okay, just on a temporary place. They have settled in Pondicherry. They were allowed to settle in Pondicherry, but no more. No more interference in the Indian state. Completely defeated. The English have completely defeated the French in the Third Battle of Anglo-French War. And it was Treaty of Paris, 1763, that has completely ended the Third Anglo-French War. That's the end of the journey today. Alright, we will stop here for today. A very small topic, modern India. We will stop here today. And tomorrow, I will discuss about the fight with the Indians. Alright, South India, East India, all over India, I will discuss tomorrow. Now, foreigners are defeated, right? Now the English have to fight with the Indians. Indians is never given easily. We have Marathas, we have the Nizam, we have the ruler Bengal, we have the rulers. Mughal are there. Mughal, even though they are weak, they are there. Try your best. Okay. Modern India is very easy. You are coming closer. This is just the introduction. See the syllabus. Remember, never ever study any English outside the syllabus because it's too high. History is too vast. Okay. Whatever I've given you, how many? 11 or? 11 topics. This will do. 11 topics will do. 11 is 11 question. Okay. Today also you'll get this one. Yes, listening to the class here, you know that who came first? It was Portuguese. It was the Portuguese who came first. So these are the battles you have to remember. And this is how we are going to fight with it. We'll see you tomorrow class. I'm very much happy. Many of you have turned up today. There's also some of you have scored very nice. See, we have time. Okay. We have time. For the men especially. For men, you have 200 days to go. For men, you have 200 days. So within the 200 days, we will give you at least 50 days for writing skill. And for prelims, you have 80 days. You have 80 days to go for the prelims. October last week, we can expect, right? So this 60 days, after September, we will decide if you are here for a government job, this is for you. And but this now, 6 hours a day. Now you will go home at 12, right? From 3, you can study till 2 hours, 5. In the evening, at least 7 to 9. And morning, 6 to 8. At least 2 hours. 6 hours you have to spend. This stuff. First time, and what is you are going to study now? History, Nagari. And Buddhism are conceptual. And Lucid when you have time. And Sicily, no science, and Sicily, no, just learn the basic. You don't need to memorize now. The question is very conceptual. Even though you memorize it, it's never going to help. For science and medicine or law, listen here, basic. But for now, to eat what we are going to eat, history you're going to eat. Okay, history is your best friend. And you have to listen with Lucid. Lucid is your best friend, okay? Lucid is your best. You have to come up with your Lucid friend. This one, Lucid, no? First, governor of Nagaland, or might be the largest state in India, smallest state in India. You see, India is having a touch with the which country trade relationship. India is having the biggest trade with which country? This one bullet point, you know? And this is how we will try to catch up with the other. See, same thing. Coaching center, how much? Almost 30 plus coaching center, right? But if you are unable to see, if your teacher is unable to solve your problem, okay, right? You are here because of this reason. If your teacher is unable to solve the polity, history, or might be the English conceptual one, it will destroy your life. It will destroy your life. So this is for you. After 2 months, August 16, we will introduce CCA for you. 1 month, only for this page, okay? 1 month full CCA. Whether you'll be able to cope up with it or not, please remember, you stay here and learn, okay, with our sir. And it's a very good one. So please remember, 1 full month from August 16, we will give you CCA. And basic 40 minutes, I will introduce Nagaland. I'll be teaching Nagaland, especially history and polity, which is there for these prelims. Everything from every corner, okay, I will push up. And this is what we introduce. And this is how you face the prelims. This is how you face the prelims. Because here, if you crack the prelims, anything can happen. Anything can happen, okay? If you clear the prelims, this is the first page. Anything can happen. The other 100 days is for men, so that is anything is possible. During that time, we will introduce Indian foreign policy, yes, international relations, ethics and integrity. After that, environment and ecology. Basic environment, ecology, and science and tech for men to know, right? So that is how, see, nobody knows everything. If you know the concept, now you can tackle any situation. So you try your best, and after 16 is a new batch. If anybody wants to train, they can come, okay? We are here to open a new last batch, after 16. And the fees will also be only 20K. With 50% offer, we're coming up with the last batch, after 16, with 20K. So any of your friends, my family members, who wants to come, they can train. We have some few, we will start a new batch. This is the last batch. You can go now. Alright, let's see class.